What's up, manga fans? This is Rafael from C Manga, and I'm here to give you a review of this week's chapter of Bleach 567 Dance with Snow White. And just as the title says, we see the Ice Queen Rukia Kuchike dance around Asnot and giving Nice a bit of frostbite, or frostburn, whatever you like to call it, and a nice taste of his own medicine, Fear, which he definitely deserves after what he did to Byakuya. So this is looking to be, so far, a great revenge duel for Rukia. And yeah, I said I love this chapter because Rukia is one of my favorite characters, and I'm loving that Kuba's finally given her, a decent power up, and she's not struggling against this enemy who's managed to beat Byakuya, who's a captain. So this says a lot about her current strength and how capable she is, and she's only using Shikai so far. And on the topic of Shikai, she's mastered it. She said this is the real Sode no Shirayuki, and it literally she can freeze Fear just by touching it. Anything she can touch, literally. That was just an example of what she can freeze, as not tries to send some her way, and she just touches it and it just freezes into like an ice block. Last chapter, the reason why she was running from the Fear is because she wasn't used to it. Her body couldn't handle the power yet, so she was trying to get accustomed to it, and now she's more or less mastered it. And obviously it was smart to avoid that, because there's no point of letting the Fear hit you and then end of the battle. Asnot isn't convinced. He says that Fear can still bother her. Ice is not going to stop it. Doesn't have to enter a wound or anything. He's basically laying it on thick. He's trying to believe himself that Fear can still affect Rukia, and it only needs to touch her skin to spread. Everything, living thing, as he goes on to say, has a fear and a comfort place. And then they can't explain why they're happy in their comfort place, but they can explain fear, because there's always the same answer: scared, cold, dark, whatever. So as long as people are alive, that can be fear. Safety is equal to life, so people lived to survive, and fear equals death. Everyone fears death, so they live to avoid the fear of death in itself. So he basically says as long as Rukia is alive, it will affect her. But she's like, nope, I'm not actually alive. I'm currently dead. So fear won't do a damn thing to her. And this is thanks to Sode no Shirayuki being basically not being the ice itself, the source of power of ice. It actually makes the user lower their body temperature to freezing temperature. So basically it makes the person themselves ice. They can freeze themselves really cold and go well below the 0 temperatures, and anything that touches obviously will freeze instantly. The sword is just an extension. It is not the actual source of power. It just helps the user become the source of power for ice. So Asnot's like, okay, that's a load of crap. Molecules should be able to freeze below that temperature, so your body shouldn't be able to move. But Rukia's learnt to basically it was momentarily kill her body by controlling her reishi. So she's basically moving the particles or molecules around in her. She's controlling them so she can temporarily freeze herself and then unfreeze. So she's in a way she's it's like a nice little defense mechanism. So even such as the fear is blocked on the surface, all her molecules have stopped for the time being, and fear just can't move. It's just like on a layer of ice away from it. So after that we see her like do several attacks, like the first one being 18 degrees, and it cut, as not saying that it's that is the temperature below 18 degrees, so it will freeze blood. She does an earthquake from standing on the ground, and that was minus 50 degrees from moving the water near her feet under the ground. Then finally minus 273.15 degrees, which we if you know your science, that's absolute zero, the lowest possible temperature. And in this form she basically says that I've only got 4 seconds to do this or I won't be able to move my body. And she freezes Asnot, completely freezes him, and he is literally a nice ice statue right now, and he starts to understand and know what the feeling of fear is. And I just thought that's brilliant. Rukia is a badass in this chapter. I've been waiting for something like this for a long time, and I'm glad she's been demonstrated in her prime and in her her godliness, if you could say. Even we see a nice panel at the beginning of her drawn, and she looks like, you know, like a snow princess or something like that. So yeah, Kubo's doing really well. Her character was brilliant. She's not phased by it, as not she's making him fear. The same thing he did to Byakuya, and her power is, you know, much more impressive. She's mastered Sode no Shirayuki to the point that she is ice itself, and you know, she's demonstrating it well and using it to her full ability. Fear will not penetrate her, you know, defense mechanism. So the only thing is, obviously, is As not dead or not. Obviously, I don't think it's over that quick. I think he'll break out, most likely use his Volston dig next chapter, and then hopefully Rukia will unveil her Bankai, which I am praying to see. I've been waiting for a long time to see that, but I can't wait. And that's how I think things are going to go down. So yeah, Volston dig versus Bankai next chapter. I can't wait to see that. And yeah, that's said, short chapter, enjoyed it. So that's all I can say, and I can't wait for next week. So if you guys got any opinions, predictions, or comments on the chapter, leave them in the comment box below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the chapter. And also, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this, subscribe for more content by checking out our channel for various stuff that you might find interesting. So yeah, hit the subscribe button if you're interested, and I'll see you guys next week.